Hello everyone, my name is Hopskip and welcome back to Honkai StarRail. Now, in this episode, I think the next couple of videos I'm going to be trying to finish all of the companion missions I have left before 1.2 comes out, because I believe it comes out in in 6 days, and there's only 6 days left on the banner when I'm recording this. Yeah, so there's 6 days, so we're gonna try. I don't know if there's more than these, since I have hooks, I have NATASHA's, I have Clara's, and I have Swell's. I don't know if there's any other ones that I'm missing just because I'm not high enough level, but I'm gonna try to get all these done for now. So the first one I'm gonna do is NATASHA's, because it's fitting. You know, I use NATASHA quite a lot, so I feel like it'll be fitting. Now let's go do NATASHA's. I
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog.
Okay.
We'll be safe here.
Clara, I need to talk to. I think I kind of know what's going to be in this, because I believe they took some of the story that was in Closed Beta 1 and turned it into her companion mission, I believe. So I think I kind of know what this is going to be about. Where's what do you got? Hello.
You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with.
Finally,
According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. I'm a bit concerned.
What, you think I got lost or something?
Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society?
I feel like I should have, but I don't remember. Yeah, I'm gonna...
I agree. Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that.
Yeah, a lot of times they're like, oh, you can get so many good things, but half the time it's just a scam.
I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder.
Yeah, that does not seem like a good thing.
And the most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. And that's where you might be able to help.
Okay, so I gotta go invade another society?
It sounds dangerous, but what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out what exactly they're up to.
Okay.
If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't just sit on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
Can I entrust you with this task? This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care.
I guess that makes sense.
Good
There's
luck.
still a lot of
I'll be sure to think.
stuff you can do. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. I didn't mean Alright, so where am I gonna go? Oh god. Where am I gonna go? Okay, there's somebody right here. But wouldn't they know me though, since I literally saved the place, saved the planet?
You. I've seen you in the clinic.
Yeah, like,
You run errands for NATASHA, right?
no, not at all. Nope, not at all.
Don't play dumb. I might be sick, but my eyes still work.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Let me guess. NATASHA wants you to persuade me to go back for a follow-up visit, right?
You don't know that.
What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it.
Okay, come on, that's not good outlook. Well, you only if you're terminal, shouldn't you take advantage of the time you do it?
Of course not. I read it in a book.
Okay, well that is like the worst.
Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through.
Okay, so yeah, it is one of these kind of things. Okay.
People in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine.
Yeah, are you serious?
What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too proud.
Yeah, you gotta not, don't have an ego when you're like sick, you know? Yeah, but
You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through.
no, we're not doing this.
Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one.
Vash.
Natasha's brother? They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown.
Yeah, it is what I think it is. Okay.
I heard he was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. A kind heart, maybe.
Yeah, I like that they changed this from being in the main story to being a companion quest. I think that fits a lot better. Yeah.
What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions on how he felt.
I don't really believe that.
The underworld is always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing.
You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away.
Yeah, okay.
I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit.
Okay. Yeah,
I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patients, so she...
Yeah, you believe this?
It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that.
Yeah, no, for sure, this is bullshit.
Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Yeah, okay, well, I did my job.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
Yeah, okay, this... Alright,
Where have you
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. Oh, everything's muffled.
don't worry about it.
Ah! A follow-up visit. Is that what you're asking about?
Don't be like that.
Natasha's a wonderful girl. She always gives me a thorough checkup, but at this age, it's rather a lot to bear. Even if they could cure me, I'm sure I wouldn't be around for long. No, I don't want to waste anyone's time.
That's just sad. Okay. Oh, yeah, but still, don't you want to live as long as possible?
Where have you
I
been?
mean, that's kind of true.
Not for youngsters like yourself. When you get to my time of life, good health is a bit of a luxury, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough.
Okay, this is sad, man.
Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around?
I mean, come on, I should be. Yeah, I'm sure she...
You're not wrong, I suppose. That girl certainly spares me no effort. But I always feel like I'm a burden to her.
I mean, it's not her job, it's the way to take care of people. What do you mean?
Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Hmm? Did you want to say something else? My ears are terrible.
Yeah.
Virtual who? All right, I heard you. Do you have to shout? No, I've never heard of any.
I mean, you literally go like, oh, I can't hear you. And I say later, you're like, oh, why are you yelling? Okay, alright.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
Yeah, you already said that.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people.
Yeah, what do you mean?
A dispute? No. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld.
I don't trust you.
I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy.
What do you mean?
She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking.
Okay, I feel like this person kind of like nihilistic.
Do you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. You just need to, be willing to, take a little risk.
That's what do you mean by that?
Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse. And the unlucky ones check out early.
Why the hell would you want to do this?
Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why? You're smarter than you look.
Yeah, that's a bit, yeah, but those are better, shouldn't they?
When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. With people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter.
That doesn't make it better, though. Like...
Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway.
Yeah, where can I...
What? Now you're interested in the wonder medicine?
Yes, I totally was.
Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule.
Why are you trusting me? Are you that stupid?
You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? Here, take this. It's the address. Final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
Yeah, I totally won't. No.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next? That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this.
Why the fuck would I not tell her about this? Actually... Yeah, because if I go and tell her, then they might leave, so... Let's go to investigate first. Yeah, maybe it's better to investigate, just so I don't... So I actually
Hey,
approve
where
of
do
it.
you think you're going?
Just take
In the Fragmentum? Give me a break. You're the same as everyone else that comes through here. If you want medicine, you don't... We only take cash. This ain't a charity.
Yeah, what is your patient?
No money? Then you don't get any. You go home and wait for death.
That's kind of fucked
Say,
up.
what are you trying to pull here? If you can't afford it, then get out of my sight. I've got medicine to sell. Wait a minute. Your clothes. Are you friends with that doctor woman? I've seen you at the clinic before. I know it.
No, you don't know
Get
that.
lost. Now. If you're a friend of that woman, then you're not welcome here. Shop's closed today. No customer.
Wait. What about our medicine? We've been waiting.
Get lost. All of you. Save your breath and come back some other time.
Okay, can I just beat them?
That medicine seller sure shut up shop in a hurry.
Okay.
I should head back and report to Natasha.
Alright, I guess it was a good thing that I did that.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
Natasha, what do you got?
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients. Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid.
Yeah, they just want money.
I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here.
Okay, that's kind
I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. I'm guessing the patients you met weren't exactly singing my praises, which is why you tracked the dealer down and made inquiries first.
Well, I mean, I kind of just wanted to see the...
I don't blame you. After everything you heard, I'm grateful you came back to find me. Your trust is important to me.
I mean, I wanted to go see him just to see him. Look at a piece of shit.
If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Okay, so why is the quest not... No, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it.
What do you think? It was like a... Not a scam, but like a front...
People's doctor. That's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine.
Was he just like experimenting?
The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats.
It's kind of fun.
Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
Okay, and what was the other person get?
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine?
Alright, calm down.
I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine.
Alright, I guess Spring's a win.
If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
No, why do you think I'm a psychopath? No. I should say the same thing every time.
I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story.
Damn it, I got time.
I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him?
Yeah, I feel like it's this
I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Alright, where are we gonna go beat the people who took him, who were selling it? Alright, what do we got? How you doing?
Who are you?
You alright?
Who? And who am I?
Oh god,
Where's my husband? And where's my child? Where are they? You know where they are, right?
are you okay?
You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows.
Are you okay?
Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me explain.
What the hell are you?
That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away.
Okay, yeah, it is that, okay.
Oh, well, not terribly serious, but they needed to get treatment every now and then, which did impact their livelihood.
Yeah, that's kind of the sad reality.
In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly after they began using it? The two began to suffer terribly, such that death then became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed this world, one after the other.
Okay, so they just like accelerated it.
From that moment on, oh, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing, well, it doesn't bear thinking about.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying.
Just unlucky. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, those medicine dealers are making money from murder in broad daylight. Who would sell such a thing to the sick?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Alright, okay. Well, now I definitely want to go beat those people up. What do we got?
Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine all too well.
Yeah, they prey on
Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind.
Yeah, the state of...
Let me tell you a story.
Right.
There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments.
I mean, it makes sense. You really don't want to potentially just die.
As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld,
Oh, okay.
claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground.
Alright, I see where this is going, okay.
Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strived to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory.
And then he just fucked you up.
I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects.
Yeah, he was just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fuck it all over.
On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die.
Yeah, that's just fucked
I
up.
cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that.
Yeah, it's because of him.
That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment?
That's why I like a beetle.
Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine. But it's up to us to remove this false hope.
I mean, yeah, it's like those like websites where they're just like, oh, there's this medicine that can totally fix everything, but you know, it's just a scam and it does like nothing.
You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Alright, now let's go and do what I've wanted to do for the past like 10 minutes, which is gonna beat these people up and go. Hey, I'm back.
Stop right there. No one's allowed up ahead.
Can't give me.
Oh, playing the hero, are we? Is this a stick-up?
Yeah, I have a bat already. I don't want to do this.
Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own intel?
Yeah, but you literally said that the first time here. What do you mean?
She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place, right? Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
Okay, well, you're the one who did this.
Told you I could fight.
You won't get away.
That nap time.
Annihilate.
I'm okay.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Oh my God.
I hope I helped.
Alright, here we go. Okay, this is an awful camera angle of the whole box. Okay, this must be it. Oh, is there more people?
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief.
Hi. I'm gonna beat you up too hard.
You listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure you want to deprive them of that?
Yes.
Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you.
Oh, you're not gonna guilt trip me.
The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My Mutual Aid Society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't she be thanking me?
You're just killing people.
Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you?
Yes.
Fine. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men, seize the medicine thief!
I just beat you the first time. I don't think you're gonna win the second time.
Told you I could fight. Phew! Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move.
You won't get away.
I also really need to.
That'll.
I need to be big.
That really far. It's like I don't really know what. To be honest, I don't really know what I should do.
Are you alright? Stay back, Clara.
Try that again.
I thought you gotta look up.
Stay back, Clara.
Can't run.
Stay back, Clara.
Try that again. My turn.
Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Here.
Not nap time.
Annihilate.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Thanks.
Time
I'll
for
never
an over.
forget you. Tough luck running into me.
Eliminating threat.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
You can't just scam people. It's not. It's yours.
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives. You're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Oh, can I I have a bed. I can use it. Maybe.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do this.
I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let you do whatever you want, man.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them.
Yeah, why would you just let, like, why do people like this do
The
this?
debt
I
that
don't
Vash
understand.
owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I don't think you want to make her angry. Why is this guy so stupid? Why is this guy...
Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients an explanation.
I mean, you can't just let them just take whatever they want. This is not really a good way to go.
Don't worry, Mr.
So I'm guessing this,
We'll be safe
this is
here.
gonna be one of the shorter ones. It's only like...
It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha. Let's hear what they're saying.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Okay, again, I'm just...
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
Why would you...
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be?
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface? I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Okay,
Have some respect for...
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash. I'm out of here.
Alright, piece of shit. This one can... I think that's just the same thing.
Oh, you're here. I apologize. That must have made for uncomfortable viewing.
That's fine, I get it.
I'm okay. If I were in his shoes, I may well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story.
So it's not done.
If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask.
I guess this is a good
No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been.
That's sort of painful.
I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me. My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood. And Vash loved me like a sister. That is while we were still young.
Tell me her voice, it just sounds like she...
My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession.
Okay. Yeah, what kind of person was
He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive, like a completely different person.
I guess not in a bad way.
Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me. He was conflicted in that way.
Okay, so he was like a workaholic.
I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me. If you fail to make a clean break with the past creeps up on you.
Alright, so did he...
That's a long story. Ever since he was little, Vash had always wanted to develop a medicine called blizzard immunity.
Oh, he used it on himself, didn't he?
He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. If he succeeded, people would be able to leave Belobog and rebuild their homes in the snow plains.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I feel like that's way too dangerous for me.
I do admire his vision and perseverance, even though blizzard immunity always seemed unachievable to me.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's the more rational side.
I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay with the kids in the orphanage for a while. I thought it might help take his mind off his research.
Okay.
But I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. It changed him in a terrible way.
I just went down like that psychotic road.
During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion with mild symptoms. Compared with non-patients, their bodies reacted differently to hot and cold. And that fascinated Vash.
Okay, alright, let's see where this is going.
He began to simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could lead to breakthroughs in developing blizzard immunity.
Okay,
Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short term. A convenient way for him to observe changes in his test subjects. But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong, his terrible research had already turned him into a madman.
So it went like insane.
Indeed. And it all happened under my nose. How ridiculous. My judgment was clouded by trust in a loved one. When his experiments were exposed, I spent a long time with Oleg discussing how to handle the aftermath. This was shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were hardly any Silvermane guards remaining. We spent ages trying to find a way to handle Vash.
He just gets sent back to the old.
In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him and permanently deny him access to the underworld. Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces by furious underworlders. I was young and weak at the time. Oleg must have worried about how I'd react to such a scenario, or he wouldn't have suggested banishment.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess he felt like he deserved the worst he could do.
Looking back, it wasn't. He deserved much worse. Oleg and I took Vash to the overworld. He made his final request to us. To take him outside the city to the snow plains he'd always wanted to conquer.
Oh, he died out.
His figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. I've been telling myself that Vash is dead ever since.
But, I mean, there's no way he's not dead.
Forgive me. I'm not good at telling stories. Vash was a terrible brother and a worse doctor. That's all you need to know.
It's alright.
Let's call it a day. Thank you for cleaning up the mess my brother left behind. Here, for your trouble.
Sorry. We got Alright, that was the end. Okay. Really? Natasha doesn't come on the tree? I thought she would. Okay. Also, she will, and it just doesn't tell me. Okay, well, we only got 3 more left. We got Hooks, we got Clara's, and we got the Servals. I'm probably going to do Hooks and Servals first, then I'm going to save Clara's for last, because it's probably going to be the longest one since it's part 1. And then after that, it's probably gonna be when 1.2 comes out, and then we're gonna be able to finally finish the main story. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for this episode of Honkai StarRail, guys. If you liked the video, maybe hit the like button, maybe hit the subscribe button, and that's fine as well. And I will see you in the next video.